Let us look at friend functions. What are these? Let us see. If I have a class, say test, then it is having private member integer a and protected member integer b and public member integer c. That's it. I will write a simple class. Now I will write one function, void function fun. Now this is creating an object of class test t. Can this function access t dot a assign some value 15 and t dot b assign 10 and t dot c assign 5? I want to do this. Now I have an example to discuss this. See, I have one function called fun which is having an object of this class and I want this function to access all the members. Is it possible? Can a function access all the members of an object? Yes, if it is a member function. No, this is not a member function. This is outside function. And this is like a global function. So outside or global function is having an object of the class test, and upon object it is trying to access private, protected and public member. So we already know that upon object only public members are accessible. So I cannot access these members. I cannot access these members. That's it. That's it. These are not allowed. I cannot access, but I can access public member. This already we know. Now listen. But I want this function to access those members. Allow this function. So allow this means who should allow? Class should allow it. So how a class can allow it? So look at this. A class should have a declaration that void function, this function, the one which is outside, right? Though it doesn't belong to us, but it is our friend. That's it. Now this is also allowed. That's it. So friend function is a global function, outside function, which can access all the members of a class upon object, not directly, upon object. If object is there, then it can access private also, protected also, public also. Class should say that that function though doesn't belong to us, but it's a friend for us. So it can access all the members of our objects. This is useful in operator overloading mostly. Let us look at friend classes. So for that I have an example here. There is a class called my and it's having only one private member, that is A. Then I have a class called your, which is taking an object of this class. This is has a relationship. It's having an object of that class, my M. Now, upon object, which members of a class we can access? Only public members. But it's not having any public member, it's having only private member. Can I access that? Here, there is a function that is trying to access m dot a, is trying to print the value of m dot a. Is it allowed? No, not allowed. Here you will get an error that a class, we cannot access private members of a class. But we want this class to access the private members of that class upon object. Directly we cannot access because this is not inheriting. It is has a relationship. It's not is a relationship. So we want to access upon an object. How it is possible? If you want one class to access private members of another class upon object, then you have to declare this class as a friend inside this class. Friend your. That's it. Now this is valid. This is allowed. You can access private members. Private, protected, public, all the members you can access. So that's all. These are friend classes. They can access members of objects of other classes. But one more thing we have to do. When I write friend here, the compiler will say that there is no class like your. So I must write down the name of the class before using it. So I must write one more line here, that is your. Just semicolon. Don't write brackets there. If you write bracket, then it's a redeclaration of a class. Just the name we have declared. So now this statement will be valid. Otherwise, if a compiler starts from here, now my friend your, what is your? Your is coming afterwards. So it needs the definition of that your beforehand. So we are just having a name declared there. Then the body of that is definition of your is here. That is just a declaration. This is useful in container classes. Like this class is having an object of that class. So this class, your class, we can call it as a container of objects of my class. So in container classes, if they want to access private members or protected members, then we can declare them as friend inside those classes. That's it. Let us try this and see.